You know, AI, it can feel like this huge, overwhelming wave of information, right? But what if you could turn all that complexity into a real, tangible advantage? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a super powerful framework for doing just that. We'll cover purpose, playbooks, and implementation. Let's dive right in. So get this. This isn't some niche little topic anymore. 632,000 people. That's how many registered for the AI Advantage Summit. That's not just a little bit of interest, that's a huge signal that a massive shift is happening in how we all think about work and life. The whole world is paying attention now. And that right there, that's why this matters right now. As entrepreneur Dean Graziosi puts it, we're at a critical tipping point. That window of opportunity to get ahead of the curve, to gain a real advantage, well, it's closing fast. It's really time to move from just watching to actually doing. Okay, so where do we even begin? And you might be surprised. It's not with a new tool or some fancy prompt. Nope, we start with the foundation of everything, your purpose. Before you can leverage AI, you have got to know why you're even doing it in the first place.
I mean, really think about this for a second. When things get tough, and believe me, with any new technology they will, what is it that makes one person push right through while another just gives up? It's not just about having the right skills or resources. It's about the fuel that's driving you forward.
So how in the world do you actually find that fuel? Well, Dean Graziosi shared this really powerful exercise. He calls it 7 levels deep. It's a surprisingly simple process of just asking yourself why 7 times. The idea is to get past all those logical, surface-level answers and connect with the real emotional motivation that's truly driving you.
Let's actually walk through Dean's own journey with this, because it's a perfect example. He started with a really logical goal, right? I want my students to have more success. But as he kept digging deeper, the answers got so much more personal. It went from a fear of going backwards to this deep desire for his kids to have choices until, bam, he hit his core value, the need to be in control of his own life. That is the kind of why that will power you through anything.
And that is the whole point. A purpose that deep, one that's really rooted in your heart, it becomes the unbreakable foundation. It's what creates that hunger, that grit, and that resourcefulness you need to build your success, especially when things get difficult.
Okay, so once you've got that solid why as your foundation, what's next? Well, that's where strategy comes in. And this is where we introduce something called AI Playbooks, a super practical way to turn your expertise into powerful automated systems. Let's be honest, most of us live in that old way column, right? It's just constant chaos, always reacting, reinventing the wheel, and being way too slammed to even follow the processes we create. AI Operations totally flips this on its head. It's all about creating a system just once and then letting the AI execute it for you over and over. That's how you get true scale and efficiency. Okay, so what exactly is an AI playbook? The easiest way to think about it is like, it's the ultimate instruction manual for your AI. You're not just giving it a single simple task, you're documenting your entire process, complete with examples and standards, so it can run a really complex workflow all on your behalf.
And Rachel Woods, she's an expert in AI operations. She just breaks this down so simply. First, you start with a task you do over and over again. Then, you write down every single step with extreme clarity. Like imagine you're explaining it to a brand new intern. You have to show it what a good result looks like. Then, you just give that entire document to an AI and tell it to run the playbook. It's really that straightforward.
And the results? I mean, they're absolutely staggering. Rachel shared this case study where a really complex analysis for a client took her team 30 hours to do manually. By turning that process into an AI playbook, they cut that time down to just 5 hours. That's 25 hours just gone, saved on one single process. You see, the core idea from Rachel here is so powerful. When you get to the point where you've defined not just what you want the AI to do, but how you want it done, that's when you achieve true leverage. You're no longer the bottleneck. You've effectively taken yourself right out of the process.
All right, so we've got our why, that's our fuel. We've got our strategic how, that's our playbooks. Now let's look at what's next, the future, actually creating the tools themselves. This is all about moving from just being a user of AI to becoming a creator of your own custom solutions.
I mean, just look at this chart. This isn't just a small change. This is a full-blown revolution. The old way of creating custom software meant hiring super expensive developers, waiting months or even years, and basically giving up all control. The new AI way?
It lets you build exactly what you need with your own words, in a fraction of the time, for a fraction of the cost, and with total creative control.
And listen, this isn't just some theory, it's happening right now. Amjad Masad, the CEO of Replit, he shared this amazing story of a doctor who had an idea for a unique patient management app. He went out and got a quote to build it for over $100,000. Instead, using these new AI tools, he built it himself for just a few $100. Incredible.
And this quote from Amjad, man, it just perfectly captures the spirit of this new era. What was once this exclusive skill, this walled garden just for coders, is now open to absolutely everyone. This is a real democratization of creation, and it's a call for all of us to be bold with our ideas.
So we've built our framework. We've got a strong why, a clear strategy, and incredibly powerful creative tools. But there's one final piece, the capstone that holds it all together and makes it all work. And it's the most human element of all.
So let's put it all together. Think about it like this. Your why is the fuel for the journey. Your AI playbooks, that's the map. These new creative tools, they're the vehicle. You literally have everything you need to get going, but the engine won't start without the key. And that key, that thing that starts the engine, it's a true decision. Tony Robbins explains this so well. The word decision actually comes from a Latin root that means to cut off. So a real decision isn't just a preference or something you'd like to do. It's a full-on commitment where you literally cut off any other possibility but the one you've chosen.
And honestly, if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. All the knowledge we've just covered, all the amazing frameworks and strategies, it's just potential. According to Tony Robbins, the force that actually turns that potential into reality is your decision to act.
So it all comes down to this. It ends with you. You've seen the framework from purpose to playbooks all the way to creation. Now the only thing left is the choice. What one true decision are you going to make today to move from just learning about the AI advantage to actually finally claiming it?